My son was murdered by someone illegally in the country. They were brought here when they were 4 years old, and then they were allowed to grow up like a wild animal, pretty much. My son was walking home from the mall one day, like everybody's kids do, go to the mall, on Sunday afternoon. We went to a football clinic in Pasadena on the way home. He asked, could he go? I said, yeah, I let him go. I told him, be home by 7. Around 7 o'clock, I called him. He said, I said, where are you? He said, be home soon, Dad. We caught the wrong bus, be there in about another hour. I said, I'll give you a call. I called him again an hour later, where you at? That's what I always say, where you at? He said, right around the corner, old man, I'll be there in a couple of minutes. And then I heard 2 gunshots, it was so crispy. It's like being in the gun range. If you've been in the gun range, you know that crispiness tells you how close, it is. And I already knew, I had a feeling in my chest. And I went outside to see, and it was laying in the street dead, and found out that the guy who did it was released from the county jail, just like in San Francisco, on his 3rd gun charge. You have somebody illegally in the country with 3 gun charges already. He's in jail now for battery on a peace officer, resisting assault with a deadly weapon. And they gave him 8 months in the county jail, and then let him out 4 months early. The same day he got out, he had the Mexican mafia orders the Latino gang members to go out the same day and commit crimes so you won't be rehabilitated. So it's like an order. You have to go out the same day and commit crimes in the black neighborhood. So that was, my son walking home from the mall. They were coming into my neighborhood to visit a neighbor, saw my son, and ran right over there and killed him just because he was there, and, he had a guy in the back seat with him that was there just as a reporter to prove that he got out the car, shot him in the head with a big gun. He had a .45. You can imagine a .45 into a 17-year-old kid's head. Don't even have a chance. He was shot in the stomach. According to the coroner, while he was laying on his back, he had his hands up, and they thought he was shot 3 times because his hand was just really damaged. He had a bullet wound in his stomach and in his head. And they found out, according to the coroner, that he was on his back like this, and he shot him through his hands into his head. And that's the original hands up, don't shoot. We hear the other stuff, But that really happened. And Mr. Trump is willing to go out there and sacrifice, his life, because like he said, he doesn't need money, he doesn't need power, he's powerful already, he has a name, he has what he needs, but he loves America, and I saw that, I could tell. He loves America. Why else would he be doing this, He loves America. He wants to make it good again. And I tell people all the time, I trust Donald Trump because if he can put himself out there like that for, I just say for black people, because a lot of the Latino and black crime is happening in the black community. It was sort of transformed. It used to be all black. Now it's all Latino. So we're pretty much in a different land, so to speak. And if he can put himself out for us, then I can trust him and everything else. It's like your dad. He's a loving guy. Come on, you see him on TV, you're fired, but you see him in real life. He's a nice guy, and I just learned that myself. I tell everybody, and in my community, I have a lot of black friends, and of course, a lot of them are liberals, but they're ready to vote for Trump now. They're saying, I haven't voted in 10 years, He said, I haven't voted in 10 years. I haven't voted, but I'm going to vote for Trump. And people feel energized, and we feel happy that someone is willing to go out there and put himself out there for America, and you can trust him too.